Episode 3 Tape 042 The Lie You Told Yourself. Intro tape insert. Low static hum. This tape does not wait. The moment it touches the machine, it plays. Narration begins. Tape 042 was not discovered. It was filed. No one remembers placing it in the archive. No entry log. No retrieval record. No origin point. Just a space on the shelf that suddenly had something in it. The label is handwritten, but the handwriting changes depending on who reads it. Most agree it says, Subject, unknown memory status, denied. Beneath it, a second line appears faintly. Content, confession, unauthorized. Tape plays quiet room tone. There is no breathing, no ambient noise, just a voice. Clear, controlled, too controlled. This is not a confession. A pause. I don't need to confess anything. Silence. There is nothing I regret. Narration. The caretaker did not sit for this tape. He stood, because something about it felt formal, like being addressed. Tape subtle distortion. If you are hearing this, it means the archive made a mistake. The voice shifts slightly from the same speaker to a different tone. Or I did. A faint sound appears in the background, like paper folding itself. There was a moment, one moment, that I chose to forget. Narration. Tape 042 is not like the others. It does not show what was lost. It shows what was removed on purpose. Tape low pulse under audio. It was small. A breath finally. Humans. So small it didn't feel like a decision. Pause. I said something I couldn't take back. Static flickers, but does not interrupt. And instead of fixing it, I decided it would never happen. Narration. At this point, the tape begins to layer itself. You hear the same voice, but slightly out of sync. A fraction of a second apart. Tape two voices, same person. I didn't mean it. I meant every word. It was a mistake. It was the truth. The voices merge, then separate again. I chose the version I could live with. Narration. The archive reacts. Shelves creak. Tapes shift. Some labels begin to fade. Because lies are not just contained. They are contagious. Tape distortion grows. When I erased it, everything became easier. The voice stabilizes again. Cleaner. Pause. Quieter. A long silence. Then, too quiet. Narration. The caretaker steps closer. For the first time since tape 001. He looks afraid. Tape background sound emerges. A second voice appears. Not layered. Not delayed. Separate. You didn't erase it. The original voice responds immediately. Yes, I did. The second voice. You moved it. Narration. This is new. The archive is not just playing memory. It is arguing with it. Tape dialogue continues. There's a difference. The first voice insists. Not to us. The second replies. We collect what you refuse to carry. A pause. Then both voices speak together. And we keep it alive. Narration. The air in the archive changes. Heavier. Like something unseen has entered the room. Tape sound of a door that doesn't exist. The first voice breaks. I don't want to hear this. The second voice softens. That's why it's here. A low crack forms in the audio like something splitting open. You told them you didn't mean it. Silence. But you did. Narration. At this exact moment, every tape in the archive emits a brief burst of static. Simultaneously, like a reaction, tape final reveal builds. The first voice whispers now. What did I say? The second voice answers slowly. Clearly. Carefully. You said, I never loved you. Silence. Long. Heavy. Unavoidable. Narration. Something in the archive shifts. Not physically. Conceptually. Tape collapse. The first voice begins to distort. No. I didn't. The second voice interrupts. You did. A third voice appears. Then a fourth. All identical. All speaking at once. You did. You did. You did. The tape begins to loop, but not perfectly. Each loop adds more voices, more certainty, narration. The archive is no longer recording. It is reinforcing. Tape final moment. The original voice screams, "I take it back." The tape cuts. Instantly. No fade. Outro low static. Very quiet. The recorder ejects the tape on its own. The caretaker does not touch it. He writes one line beneath the shelf. The archive does not forget lies. Then, smaller. It waits for them to return. Final disturbance. Somewhere deeper in the archive, a tape begins recording. No one pressed record. And the first thing it captures is this. A voice. Very close to the microphone. What have you been pretending not to remember? End of episode 3.